Carl, played Hunslet Hawks at the weekend, not the result we wanted. How's the mood in the camp?
Oh, real disappointing. And nobody more disappointed than the players themselves. It's a tough one. We're doing it tough, but the players aren't looking for excuses. The players have sent a few texts Monday that they're disappointed, and when it's like this, it's hard. But no one hurts more than the players and the coaching staff. So they know they've just got to really get back to basics. Rugby league's a simple game. You run hard, you hold the ball, you tackle hard, and you try not to give penalties away. All them things we do well by giving penalties away on late plays and dropping the ball on early plays, and we're trying to fix that up. The players are working hard to fix that. Sometimes when you try too hard and the ball's a bit loose, but we're not looking for excuses. There's a few individuals who are looking for the easy option and looking for excuses, like blaming the Rovers. I just don't get that one. The Rovers own our club, and they weren't praising the Rovers when we finished fourth last year. Asking questions about we're meant to have the biggest budget. Well, let me just tell them all. There's only one person who knows what the budget is, and has known it for the last 5 or 6 years. I own the club. I gave the budget for the last 4 or 5 years. Last year the Rovers owned the club. We finished fourth. No one was praising them then. This year, I'll tell everyone, we have got the biggest budget the club has had in the last 5 or 6 years, and we've spent that on players. What we looked at doing, we looked at rewarding the existing players who made us finish fourth last year, and who have played for this club and made history by being the team to win the league for the first time in the history, finishing first time in history. So we rewarded them players, which we thought was the right thing to do, and I still think it is the right thing to do. That's where the budget's gone. Those players played for this club for 4 or 5 years for nothing, so they deserved rewarding for their efforts over that period of time. I've got total belief in our coach. Paul Cook. I'd have Paul Cook here for the next 5-10 years. If I could. He will turn it around. The players will turn it around. The players are determined to turn it around, and I've got belief in that team now. Instead of all looking for excuses or trying to blame somebody for it, you can't blame anyone. We've got ourselves into it as a group, and on what we do on the field, and we'll get ourselves out of this. It's only up to the players to turn this around. Let's be frank about it. Regardless of if we got another £1 million, are we going to turn it around? Well, who knows? But these players are determined to turn it around, and I believe they'll turn it around. The coach is working really hard, and it's time that we just all forget about trying to find out weak options to blame people, and let's just all stick together, stay tight. That's what Doncaster Rugby League's all about. Let's stick together. We win together, we lose together. But I can promise you, we're working really, really hard to try and turn it around. And at the end of the day, I said in, I think, my first interview, we'll finish where we deserve to finish. Now, if that's down the bottom, the players don't want to finish bottom, but sometimes you're just maybe not good enough. I firmly believe, and I'll look anyone in the eye, I firmly believe we have the players to turn it around, and we'll be good enough. We will be good enough, and we'll work really, really hard, and we'll just try and stop the little fundamental errors we're doing, and go back to the drawing board and run hard, tackle hard, don't give penalties away. And I'm sure we do that, we'll give anyone a game, as we showed against Lee. We really give them a good game, I thought.
Moving on to this weekend, there's a bit of a distraction now from the league coming up in the Challenge Cup against North Wales Crusaders. Would that be a bit different to the league games? Give players a bit of different things to focus on?
Oh yes, but yes and no is the answer. They've been going well. They've been winning games. They've been playing quite convincingly. They beat Batley at home, and I hear that they beat them in good fashion. So Batley's, we've seen them here. They're a decent side, but we just need to worry about ourselves. Worry about what we're doing. you know, we won't have any players on dual reg this week because it's a Challenge Cup. They're holding all their players back, so there'll be an opportunity for 4 players to probably come into the squad who weren't in the squad last week. Now, I know what Paul's like. If these players go and have a go, they'll be in the week later as well. So, you know, it's a good one. What we need to do is try and take some confidence out of the game. We need to try and, you know, do what we've said, what Paul's asking, and hold the ball and don't drop the ball on early plays and try not to give penalties away on late plays. And we need to go there all guns blazing because I think once we get a win, we'll get some more wins. And listen, it's a good game, but at the end of the day, if we win the game, we would have rather had the 2 points. So we'll be in the draw for the next round, but would give at the minute, would give anything to get 2 points on the board. So, you know, we're going back to the league. You know, when you really have a look at it, we're very, very lucky. I know we've lost all our games, but the team in fourth's only on 6 points. So if you can pick a couple of wins up, all of a sudden you're pulling yourself off the bottom, and the teams haven't really pulled away from us. Yes, we are aware that if we don't do something about it and do something about it soon and they pull away, we could leave ourselves too much to do. But hey, we talk about these things, and you know, me and Paul went here Monday morning first thing, really seeing what we need to do and where we need to be and how can we fix it. Now, he's the man. He is the man to fix it. I've no doubt. You know, I've got total belief in the man, and I've got total belief in the players. The players, great set of lads here. I've got total belief in them, and like I say, whether I'm saying the same things every week, it's because I believe that we've got a great set of lads here who will work really hard, and when the going gets tough, this is when you want them to stand up. So stick with us, hang in there. We are trying our best to turn it around, and we feel for the fans. We feel for the true fans because we know that they mean well, but they're just going through a tough time. But they're not going through as tough a time as the players. You know, regardless of myself, what I think. Let's all think about the players, and the players are really working hard to try and put things right. I can assure you that.